Hey, good morning. Good morning. Man, look at this. The chart looks like spaghetti here. You know, we've just been ranging since basically yesterday, or even since Monday. Basically, the whole week has been a range. Since Monday, we've just been kind of moving sideways over here. So, also, if you go onto my spreadsheet, you're also gonna see a similar thing happen over here. So you see, we're always in sync with the market. When market's moving sideways and it's choppy, we can expect a little bit more speed bumps. A little bit more speed bumps in line with, you know, the current market conditions here. So, you know, like this morning, man, I took another sell, played out, but same exact thing like yesterday. Just because it's chopping around so much, got stopped out first, and then price moved down. You know, that's crazy. That's honestly crazy over here. So I'm kind of hoping, like, you know, maybe we can start moving up bullish. At least get some kind of direction in the market. If price can start breaking above some resistance points over here, then we can look for some sort of like distribution. Some kind of distribution from this general zone where we've just been consolidating in. Yeah, so I think that's going to be the game plan. Let's see, what do we have today? Today we got Trump speaking. Trump's going to be speaking today. It's our orange folder over here. Due to speak at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. Yeah, that's going to be important. Speaking at 11:15 a.m. Eastern. So that's about like 3 hours, 15 minutes into the New York session. His roll call is not opening up. Was that 50 SMA starting to sneak up as well? I was looking for that swing setup, but I missed. But it is messing. Yeah, I mean there is some kind of sell situation happening here. Yeah, there's a sell situation happening here. If it breaks below support by 33.53, there's about a 75-76 pip range down towards, you know, 33.45. Trump speaking can never be an orange folder. We never know. Yeah, exactly. You never know. That's true. He could just bring some crazy volatility in. See, bar replay now run at 1 second. Oh, cool. So you got a replay here. You can do 1 second charts. Now you can get, okay. Man, I don't know if you should just take the sell over here because your price has just been ranging. We're at the top of the range right now. We just take a sell here. What day is it? Is it Wednesday? Man, that's the thing. Because, you know, I've been waiting for London sessions to be trending, but right now I'm just thinking like maybe just gotta take a sell here. You know, we have a fake out confluence. Like, I've got a fake out confluence there. Loads of swing entries that played out yesterday too. And it's at the top of the range. Top of the range, little fakey situation. Hourly to come downtown. Let's see, previous daily was a support that was being formed. after a massive dump over here on Monday. It is an option. See, 15, you got 15-minute SMA. Ugh. This is not good. This is not good. But, you know, it is an option and it does kind of make sense. I'll take the sell, fake out confluence plus swing entry model. I don't even know if I gotta have time for this. See, 42, 43. Let's see what we have here. So this is like a sell idea that I'm looking for here on gold, if we can break these lows. So, you know, the idea here is like, you know, price is faking out. It's faking from this area over here. So we're gonna wait and see. What's the best thing to do? Should I take this or should I just wait? Should I just follow my rules? I mean, this is definitely a sell setup here. It makes sense, you know. We're at a top of a range. We're at the top of the range, and you know, price is consolidating. So you got the top of the range here, and you got the bottom of the range down over here. And I see that it's already starting to create some little fake out situations above these highs. These highs right here. Well, potential move to retest the bottom of the range. Any idea why price is surging this morning? Yeah, it's still, what do you mean by surging? Hey, good day, good day. Good day, Jay. Good day, Nani. Babu Woods. Welcome, welcome. Jeremy. The Cowboy Doctor. Ali Omar. Welcome, guys. Ili. Man, I still don't know how to say that name. Ili. I think it's Ili. What's up, Ili? Tuber, good morning. Good morning, C iPhone, Luke, Ricardo. Yeah, so what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Think this is a good sell? Or should I be patient? Maybe today gold trends and I get actually what I want. If I'm being patient. Bullish for you? H4 is trying to go up. You know, that's the thing. The daily time frame is clean. Daily time frame. But look at this. At the same time that H4 has been having so many rejections here. Like every time we come up onto this level, you know, this is like we're trading the trenches. You know, this is really trenchy price action. Can be very difficult. So yeah, you're right, man. Maybe the H4 is trying to go up. Maybe the H4 is trying to break above resistance over here by 33.58 to continue to move up bullish. That's the thing, you know. That's the thing that, you know, I'm kind of like, I want to hold off from this trade. It looks so clean though. But the most annoying thing will be to see a fake out happen here and then we start to get price trending. You know, because we're right now we're like 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. So, 0.26%. So, 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0.26%. 0. So we could just start trending at any time. We could start, or you know, I'm just gonna monitor it. Let's just see what happens here. Then I'll decide. 60/40, but it's 50-50. I like the sell with closures, but I'm expecting bullish after the CPI and 4 rate cuts being talked about. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, what's up, QGT? Welcome to the best London session stream. Also, the 4 hour has a very small bottom wick. What is the probability that it will come down for that bottom wick? Oh, what's the probability here? I think it has enough of a wick. That's already enough of a bottom wick that's been formed. So we have like, you know, about a 3.7 bottom wick over there, but it's enough. You see, this is what I want to see. This is exactly what I want to see. I want to see price move up and break above that consolidation area that we're currently sitting in, which is that 4 hour resistance point. That's what I want to see. Even yesterday, man. Yesterday, I just had a feeling that we wouldn't move anywhere. So yeah, I ended up taking a buy. It was a pretty nice buy. Took a buy on gold. See, we haven't moved since CPI here. So we got CPI come out yesterday and price moved up. At 8:30, we moved up towards like a resistance. Oh, nice. Volume's coming in. Volume's coming in. Oh, this could be it. Oh, it's a good thing. It's a good thing we didn't get any triggers down over there. You see, because that sell was so tempting. So tempting. I would rather wait for it to go up. And if it really does not want to go up, I think a candlestick coming back down from this point, surely that's going to be a sell. You know, because it's already trying to move up, man. Like, look at this. It's already had one fake out here. It still couldn't break below the lows. So what if it comes back up like this and then starts to close down like this? I think surely we're back in the range. We're just going to be in this gulag here until Trump and Putin meet on Friday. Right now, the daily is up 0.30%. Let's say maybe can we get some kind of liquidity grabs here? Maybe we can get some kind of a liquidity grab. Because it is true, you know, we might just end up ranging the whole week. So this has already been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's creating like an inverted head and shoulders here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Volume should be coming in. That's what we're currently seeing there. Liquidity grab, break above structure. The 4 hour does look cleaner though. Buys above that 4 hour, but this 4 hour feels like a bit overextended as well. It's already pushed up like, you know, 100 pips. So I don't know how many more pips that this 4 hour candle can do. How many more pips can we do? See, it's bouncing off. You see what I mean here? Now it's bouncing off. But it could really just have a hard time. Because you have like about 2 hours until the 4 hour closure. I'll wait for this candlestick here to obviously close. And still kind of like gauge, just kind of gauge the market, you know. Just gonna gauge the market. We're gonna see if there's any kind of like fake outs that could happen over there. Oh, but that would require, I guess, it would be a really strong sell-off. So we'd be selling at as the 4-hour candle pulls midway. Maybe anticipating price can continue to move down if it doesn't break above resistance. And get some candlesticks possibly on the HDF. I would love to see more buys, to be honest, but maybe you're going to see a situation like that as well. Candlesticks already creating your lower low. You got the NFP move right over here. And just get like a fat rejection and then price comes down like heavily. But obviously I would still like to see some buys. So I'm just kind of like weighing out my options here. So we're gonna put here waiting for an entry. It's now tapping at the 4-hour resistance, so we should have a better indication soon of Wagwan. Yes. Dab, I wanted to buy, but it didn't retrace enough. Tapped right on that SMA there in the 5-minute. It looks like it wants to move up. It looks like it wants to break above, you know, like 33.59, 33.60 area and then keep moving up. Yeah, we just gotta see if this buyers here get faked out, because we've created like one resistance and we're creating another resistance now. All right, so up 0.33%. Get up there, Goldie. We believe in you. Now that the daily looks good. Very nice to run up. Daily clean range on the left-hand side. You also got that 4-hour clean range. Yeah, try get on some lower time frame buys. I don't think there's any swing entry models. Yeah, there wouldn't be any swing entry models for the buys right now. So I'm gonna wait. Hey, Mr. Rashid, good morning, good morning. Price is pushing up nicely. I don't think sellers will be getting in until 33.68 level. Well, we'll shall see. Because, you know, for price to move up, we should at least respect this 33.53 support area over here. Because, you know, price has already accumulated. It's already accumulated here. Orders. And now it should be in a distribution phase to the upside. So if price is to move up, you know, why would it come down here? What business does price have again back into the gulag? You know, it doesn't make sense. Because, you know, when you're expecting price to break out, it's not meant to be coming back into the range. That's the whole idea, you know. So we'll see. For me, that 4 hour looks a bit extended. And we still have like 2 hours, 38 minutes. But it could still push. Like if you consider this last 4 hour candle here, for example, you know, this candle here did like about 218 pips. 218 pips. The candle before that did about, you know, 220 pips. So realistically, even price could start moving up here. You still have a range of about, you know, 120 more pips. It's a pretty big range, you know. It's like, what do we even have today that can say that price should even break out? Is there a reason that it should break out today? You know, we have Trump speaking. Maybe we could just hold this range, you know, hold this range until Trump gets on, you know, because that's a pretty big move. It's a pretty big move that it has a potential of doing if it breaks out. Unless people are expecting some bullish comments from Trump and they're going to be getting stuck in a bit earlier on. But I know the main meeting is on Friday. That's when we're going to get the real sauce. See, it's thinking about it. Market's literally thinking about it. It's just at this 4 hour. Should we break? If we break, how far are we gonna go? Is it worth the break? Is it worth the hustle? We got Trump speaking later. Is it gonna be a short-term break? Long-term break? Are we gonna give a whip over here? Maybe we should fake out. You know, there's a lot of things that we can do. The market has so many options that it can do here. All right, it's pushing nicely. It's pushing nicely. I want to see a little bit more commitment before I jump onto the 1 minute. It's a nice little accumulation breakout though from this area. So you can see on the 1 minute here, it's a breakout. And you know, the thing is, like when price accumulates next to a 4 hour level or like a key level, it's usually doing that to get momentum so it can break above that zone. You know, like, so all this accumulation here is just building a reason as to why we should break this 4 hour level. So, you know, price can continue moving up. So I think it's a pretty good way of looking at accumulations. You know, it gives us the ammo that we need. And you can see like price has been coming from this short-term bullish trend upwards. So it's kind of like reloading over here to spring back up. All right, so we're getting through it. Now we got some brave soldiers over here. They're testing the waters out. Oh, okay, so now getting more buyers in. Some brave soldiers, they're gonna test the waters out here for us, you know. They're gonna let us know if it's safe to proceed. Maybe gold is moving because of silver. I have buys on silver. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish candlesticks in a row. Fifth one is still coming up here. Man, it's quite a, you know, if you're looking at this on the lower time frames, it's quite an area with a lot of resistance. Honestly, the only thing that looks good is our 4 hour until we start breaking above like 33.61 on the hourly time frame at least. But very choppy area over there on the left hand side. It's trying to push up here though. We're just about to get into a trending bias right now. This is at a very important area. This is very important zone. We got the 30-minute about to close. You know, the thing is, like, if it starts to reverse here, I would expect a really big tumble. Like, sometimes the market can really struggle at a level, and then you're going to see the struggle with the wicks, and you got, like, a really big push down after that. I'd love for it to clear at least that 33.61 level. Let's see if we can start getting some setups above 33.61. Where do you catch your sells this morning? Just look at the spreadsheet in the description box. There's like the timing and everything there. A minor inverse head and shoulders on the 1 hour. Oh, yes. Oh, if I take a buy, what area will I be targeting for TP? It will depend on the buy setup, where my stop loss is gonna be. You know, that's what it's gonna depend on. TXY failing. Hey, good morning, Titus. Yeah, I don't want to set up here. I think we just tapped into 0.40%. Let me see. Yeah, just about 0.39. Just got the new 30 open now. So you got a 30-minute candlestick, kind of like close above, create a new higher high. It's really trying to push up your chat. Like, we got 1, 2, 3 bullish candlesticks in a row. It's really trying to get through these levels here. These levels are going to give us some speed bumps. That's a tough one. I better stay out. Yeah, it's like a quiz. You know, you get it like a tough question. You gotta like stay on that question for a bit. DXY tanking. What do I think about gold? I think it has some kind of like option to move up. But at the same time, I would not be surprised to see it struggling for candlesticks to come down like this. So I'm just watching. Right now, I was considering maybe a buy off the rip here, like a 33.60. But the setup is also not looking too good right now. Currently, the market is paying some traders out though. It's paying out these buyers over here. It's slowly grinding up. Yes. Yeah, just slowly. So you might see some exhaustion here. And we really need something to really pop up and just say to us that, we can make this move happen. So it's re-breaking its highs. If not, I'm still looking for sells below 33.53. No. See, it's doing a bounce and retest off of the 4 hour. Got a 4 hour level right over here. 4 hour level. It could be a break and a retest to move up. So this is kind of like something I'm waiting for. I see we got a liquidity grab confluence here. But man, I would have loved for a little bit more, like just a bit more structure would have been perfect. If we can just create a bit more structure before we start moving upwards. Yeah, so something like this. And then for the next candlestick to break the highs. So we can keep moving bullish over here. So that's going to be my entry. Oh, but this candlestick, how's it close? Oh, it closed bullish. I want to see a candlestick close bearish though first. That's what I wanted to see. See, because now if it's going to fake out, that would be the fake out right here. So just being a little bit more patient. See how I broke that high, now it's coming down, and how I broke these lows and it pulled upwards. So we're just trying to avoid the fakies so we can get the distribution or the follow through, clean follow throughs. I took a loss today, disco time. Yeah, it's been a crazy day here. It's just been consolidating everything. All right, so candlesticks coming down nicely. Because once we start breaking those highs, then I'm going to get a little bit more commitment here. Because now we're getting a 4 hour break. We're looking at the 4 hour time frame. So the 4 hour candles, we just have a 4 hour support over here. The 4-hour support, we're getting a break and a retest of the 1 minute little accumulation with some liquidity grab confluence, so that if we can break these highs, you know, price can move up then. But you see now it's just heavily coming down, so I don't know what's gonna happen now. Would be really nice to just see this thing rip back up. And like respect the support here. So a minor 1 minute support. All right, let's see if this 1 minute here can actually rip up, because now I'd love to see something like this to happen. And then for the candlesticks to start breaking out like this, then I can say, okay, you know, maybe we're going to get this distribution. If it doesn't happen, then we come back, maybe have a deeper retracement. A deeper retracement back into these levels. Because there's like a small little 5 minute shotgun play, or like a little swing entry over here. Because there's very nice clean range. You see this, that's about like 33 pips. There's a nice little 33 pip range over here below the support. So yeah, if we break these wicks, there's a probability price comes all the way down here towards like 33.55. So I'm kind of hoping like it gets respected and this 8 SMA or this 8 SMA can hold price a bit more, but it's kind of ruining the structure. Yeah, it's ruining it. So we're just gonna keep this level here in mind. That's a 4-hour level. All right, so that's looking pretty decent. It could be doing a liquidity grab there on the 5 minutes. So if you look at the 5 minute time frame, 5 minute time frame on my broker actually broke a little bit more below that level. So it could be getting some orders over here to build a case for price to continue moving upwards. It could be just fetching some orders to make this buy over here play out. So waiting, I think like the more the market gives you those options for waiting, the more you can kind of tell the story a bit better of where we should be heading to. Let me see, that 5 minute also didn't have a top wick. I want to see a good bomber clock come out of this. Hey, what's up, Creed? Good morning. Brother, I'm very pro at this kind of consolidations. Do you have a timeline for how long you'll be streaming for? Usually like stream for about like, you know, 3 hours. Typically. Are you really buying at the top? That's where I'm scared of the pullback. Well, yeah, it's because the daily hasn't really moved yet. You know, it's a top, but you know, these tops are meant to get disrespected. These levels get disrespected. That's the only way price moves. It moves through levels. And the daily candlestick has not yet had a move yet. You know, it's only now that we can get a potential trend on the daily. You know, if you look at the daily, the previous daily over here, it created like a support. Previous daily created a support. You know, we're breaking the previous daily highs right now. So, you know, there's definitely some room over there to push up beyond. This 4 hour, for you think it's like a top, but if you consider the other 4 hour candles, look at how much they moved. So, you know, even from where we're currently sitting at right now, we still have about like 120 pips or so. That price can still move up, you know, it can still move up. So it's based off not what we feel, but what we see. Because for me, I also feel like, you know, price is at the top of the range, you know, but like what I see is that it can still make that move happen. Oh, we need to get a breaky over here. Definitely need to break above 33.61. It's gonna be patient. Still nothing. All right, just gotta wait for this thing to create another support. I was anticipating this would be the support here that would have continued to move up. That candlestick didn't even create a top wick on my broker. Also here, there's no top wick. Looks like it couldn't reflip up. That's a break in the lows. Oh, man, this is... Looks like I might not get my entry here for the break. Oh, it's coming down again. Very tricky. Alright, so... Yeah, the sells look like they played out instead. So close to getting trending market, so... There's a chance we might not trend today then, if that's gonna be the case. We're so close. Wish me all the best. Oh, you took the sell? Nice. You took the swing entry sell here. There's another range down over here too. See, that's filled up how much of the range? Just about that 65% level. By 33.56. Come on, Goldie. Let's see if you can actually find your way back up here again. Our signals mainly London and New York. Yeah, mainly like pre-London time. Pre-London, London, and New York. Pre-New York. Pre-New York. Pre-London, London, pre-New York. Oh, you got to sell? Nice. It's a pretty good idea because it's still in this area. This area is definitely gonna give the buys a hard time. So even as we're trying to break out, we might be seeing some pullbacks. That's the thing. That's the thing I'm trying to avoid. These pullbacks if price is trying to break above that area. Maybe we should take a sell here. Bearish continue. You know, the good thing about your sell is you got a pretty good running opportunity. But the thing is, you have to at least, price has to get through this level. You know, you took a sell here. It's already filling up the range. So you're kind of just hoping that price continues to push at this point. So if it can get through this level over here, then it should have some more room to continue to move down towards 33.45. Yeah, I mean, like, man, it doesn't give me the feeling that it's gonna be able to break that resistance there. That's a vibe I'm getting from gold is this week we're just gonna range up until Friday. You know, yesterday I missed out like four back-to-back swing entry models. I guess that's how the sell would look. We would have a resistance up over here, and then for price to just come back in range again. Come back into this zone. Hey, Bruno. That would be the idea. How do you hide this? Instead of removing it, I wish I could just hide it. Here we go. Oh, but how do we bring it back? Gotta go on the tools. There's like a tool section here somewhere. So you can hide it. Then do your analysis. And if you need it again, you can bring it back. Yeah, exactly. The object tree. So this is what I'm thinking then. This is still what I'm thinking over here. If we can still break above, because I would much rather see a trending day than taking a sell back into the gulag, because stop losses are running quite far up. Is funded account recommended for beginners? No, it's not recommended for beginners because you only do funded accounts when you're already profitable. Otherwise, it's kind of like a waste of money. Maybe you get lucky. What people do is, what I've realized people do with those funded accounts, they just try and get lucky. They know they're not profitable yet, but you know, sometimes you can just pass them and you know, you can get lucky with your first few trades on a live account. You could get like, you know, a pretty nice withdrawal. That's what the vast majority of people are mainly aiming to do. But I think the best thing to do is just to become profitable first. So you don't have to go through that like emotional roller coaster of, you know, paying for a funded program and then losing it, then looking for the next one. Because then it's kind of like going to the casino. You know, just putting some money on something and then hoping you get a win. But, you know, definitely I would even still say it's still better odds than it going to a casino, to be honest. If you just learn a little bit about trading and you get that funded programs, it's still a lot better. A lot better than going to a casino. But yeah, you do wanna learn the skill. But they wouldn't give you the account if you just get lucky? What do you mean? How are they gonna know if you just got lucky? You know what's the worst part? Sometimes they have these rules where it's like they say you're copying, you know, you copy trading. But how can you copy trade? You know, the messed up thing about that rule is like price can, let's say, consolidate for such a long time for the London session. And let's say the only move which actually has a chance of paying out, the only move people could have actually caught, that's the one they'll say you've been copy trading. Because maybe on their system, they have like a system which shows a lot of people are taking the same position. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. So some of them have these kind of messed up rules that just don't make any sense. It's like they want you to take the trades inside of the range, not when price is actually moving. So, you know, there's just a few things there to consider as well. So I would say like, just focus on the skill, you know. No one can take the skill away from you. Price just not doing what I need today. I'll mess up some good trades. Maybe I'll call it a day. 2% up. Oh, 2% is not bad. 2% is really good. Oh yeah, I'll just remind you of that meme. How are they gonna know? Oh, what meme is that? I was thinking about the meme where it's like, they just gave it to me. What do you mean they just gave it to you? Something like that. They just gave it to me. Yeah, this thing is just coming down. Damn, coming downtown. Because, you know, if I take a sell over here, it's a pretty wide stop. I think the good rule about the sell, the good thing about the sell would be... Oh, let me go back here on my object tree. The good thing about the sell would be that that there's a lot of room that I can manage my risk at least. I can manage my risk. I can most probably reduce it by more than 50% or more than 50%. You know, worst case scenario, I get caught in some drawdown. I wouldn't expect like some kind of candlesticks to be skyrocketing back up, man. If that happens, that would suck. Because the way it's moving right now, it's moving like there's no volume in it, you know? So I'm still contemplating this. Range 1 has been filled over here. Down towards a support. So that's just one signal. That's just one signal from the London Open. Yeah, no trade yet. I'm up 0% or down 0%. It's like having money in the bank account, you know? Not having a trade, same thing as putting money in your pocket. Yesterday I was in a sell and stupid news came. And of course, after that, it came down. Oh. Yes, we got news. News just skyrocketed up here. It didn't even create a bottom wick for the core CPI yesterday. Like the candlestick just moved up here like 161 pips. So I'm thinking, chat, should we just sell this back into the gulag? Because we had like a really strong sell-off here since Monday. And then Tuesday consolidated. No trend since basically towards the end of Monday. Towards London close. On Monday, we've just been ranging. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Should we take this sell? Should we take this sell? I missed so many yesterday and then I got one at the end. Oh, nice. Nice little consolidation. Clean. Price to move down. See that 4 hour again? Question is, it could be the 4 hour. You know, the thing about setups like this, usually, tricky thing is a 4 hour. Because a 4 hour might just be waiting 2 hours over here for a 4 hour candle closure for it to move up. So it may not be, this could be like a false move down. It could just be the 4 hour retracing a bit, then it's going to start pulling up. Maybe for the next couple hours, it holds this level, so the next 4 hour can move up. Oh, we're getting the new hourly open though. Getting new hourly candlestick about to open here. That new hourly is gonna open up with some volume. And look for a sell like this. I'm gonna take this sell and then I'm just gonna see, because it has a good risk management opportunity. This sell over here. Man, look at this. Top of the range, not moving anywhere. Top of the range here on the hourly. Looks like an hourly liquidity grab. With that wick up above here, potentially for price to come back in. Hourly liquidity grab. Break those 30-minute lows. So 15-minute. Hourly's just about to open here in a few seconds. Yeah, this might be all that we get, chat. Like, if it's about taking a trade, then this is all that we get. This is all that we get over here. Because, you know, the market condition right now is moving sideways. And we're at the top of the range. Get this bounce in oil. I'm currently studying, but even the back setup sometimes still fail. What do you think is the reason? Oh, the best setups sometimes still fail. Yeah, it's just a probability thing. Oh, looks like your position here was taken out by the market. I think it took out the sellers so it can continue moving down. It took out the sellers from previously. So I think, you know, like gold might be cooking something here. Remember I said like it's a pretty good idea. Like you take a sell here, that if price can get through this level, you can continue running down. It looks like it took out the previous sellers over there, so it can make this move happen. Daily flip at the lows. Oh, we got daily flip here. By 33.47. Because see, price has already tried to move up. That's the thing. Price has already tried to move up once. But it couldn't move up. It couldn't move up. It came back in. It came back into this zone. And if it moves up, then, you know, that's something then I can look at for later on, probably. If it continues to move up. The daily flip is at the 65%. Created a V-shaped, filled up that London open range. Oh, yeah. We took out, where we Asia highs. Okay, so we're still above Asia highs. So we got Asia highs over here. As I'm taking my sell, we'll just be below the Asia highs. So we're breaking back down below Asia highs. So Asia highs actually somewhere around here. Hourly candle is created its hourly highs. Took my sell there. It's a fresh hourly candlestick here. Is that hourly breaking the lows? Yeah, I think it makes sense, chat. Like, this thing is really struggling to move up. Like, we're basically, oh, where the hell does that volume come from? I think it's really struggling to move up over here. Wow, that was a 1 minute candlestick that just ripped up like that. Ripped up like 30 pips. Tank it. Yeah, I want to see this hourly here. I want to see this specific wick follow through a bit more towards that downside. This is really the wick which is standing out to me right there. Just a little jump scare. Yeah, it's quite an interesting week over here, guys. Literally just trading the range. Damn. And the reason it's doing this is what we've already covered here is the talks, the potential peace talks, if you want to call them that, between Trump and Putin. I really see no other reason as to why price should be ranging like this. Even core CPI didn't do anything. What else do we have? We have Trump speaking later on today. We have core PPI on Thursday, unemployment claims, and then we got a Friday. Then we got a Freaky Friday over here. Core retail sales, and also Trump should be speaking here. That's going to be the meeting here on Friday. So it's a week full of these like red folders, you know. It's like a lot of, I would say more of like anticipation that's happening in the market. Like a lot of just waiting, you know, a lot of like risk off and that sort of thing. So that's why it's like, if we do break above this 3361 level, that would be a chance for the market to trend. Then we're going to see the daily somewhat trending, you know, but at the same time, the market, gold has not really been giving us a vibe that it wants to trend. Bro, I made 2.2k just in this range on a 50k FTMO account. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's been a... If you managed to do that, very well done. Today we'll just consolidation all day, no news, nothing getting ready for tomorrow's skyrockets. Yeah, you see, I took out that previous daily. That's the thing, chat. Like, man, there's some kind of a heavy resistance here. This previous daily high's been taken out, getting some pullbacks. Definitely not giving the buyers any confidence. I can tell you that much. Trump speaks at 5:15 p.m. today, UTC +2. Come on, just dump it, Goldie, dump it. Even like, you know, 30, 40 pips here. I would like 40 pips. Let's see, man. The most beautiful thing about a trade like this is being able to reduce that risk. You know, that's the most, that's a strong point of a trade like this, is that it gives me enough time to create some kind of structure. As long as we don't have these jump scares, you know. Are you in a short? I'm in whatever you see that I'm in. I'm in a short, I could be in a long, you know, who knows? Who knows what I'm in right now? DXY still failing. Let's look at our strength meter over here. Okay, so dollar is really weak. It's not a good sign, but you know, dollar's weak. And gold is right now at 0.20%. Gold is at 0.20% and the dollar is weak. Yeah, I think I'll just give this trade a chance over here and just monitor. Be really on my monitoring mode for the rest of the week. Because I don't like the looks of this range. Like, yes, we can get some trades in there, but this is just not clean PA. It's setting up on the 1 minute now. Oh, nice. Yeah, it would be awesome to see it break those lows. Break these lows here by 33.52 and then get like a push down. Get like a distribution from that. Still needs to push down about 10 more pips. Take out that support level. DXY in the diary looks like a head and shoulders. Oh, in the daily you mean? Yeah, in the daily. Let's see what GJ's doing. Man, GJ's still at 200. Look at this. We're still flirting with 200 level. So I'm still trying to break 200. I feel like both gold and GJ are very important areas. No, like kind of an important area here on GJ 200 level, and gold we just have fundamentals, quite important range that we're in. We see that 4-hour level. We got 1 hour 45 minutes for the 4-hour candle here to close. And this is a pretty strong rejection area over here too. Pretty strong rejection zone. Man, look at that 4-hour. Man, that's the thing. Like that whole situation up over here, it just to me looked like a liquidity grab. You know, if you got the 4-hour, the 1-hour time frame, breaking of the previous 1-hour lows, just need to get through those hourly SMAs right over here. Because, you know, I'm under the impression that why should gold move up? Like, if we would have moved up, we could have already started moving up. So I'm under the impression is like, why should gold even move up? Like, why would we consolidate all this time to move up right now before anything? You know, before any news, nothing. That London Open was the last hope for me to see if price could move up. You know what? London opened here. It pushed, but it couldn't get through that zone. Now it's creating a new lower low down over here. Because, you know, price doesn't typically behave like that if it wanted to trend up bullish. So this is still fine, you know, it's just creating some more structure over here. Gonna wait and see if it's gonna follow through. Need to get through hourly SMAs. Got 30-minute SMA over there still holding price. Oh, the 5-minute. 5-minute SMA is consolidating a bit. Because XAUUSD is a high class B. Gold flipped support too. It's trying to push back through. Last week, GG literally took out almost the entire range left by NFP. And same could happen this week to the 201 level. I always say price has a memory. Yes. Yeah. So I want to see how the next 5-minute candles are going to close. Then we're going to see what I can do here. A small little accumulation here on the 1 minute. If it breaks those highs, you can expect like either liquidity grab or a small follow through. This sell-off liquidity grab, yes. Hourly just want to create some top wick. See, hourly. It could also be having a small reaction. You know, we typically get these reactions off the SMAs. That like short, they can be like short-term reactions like that and then come down again. You know, at the end of the day, price action is king. And we should not have broken these lows here if price did not even consider like correcting some of this range. It would have still respected these lows over here. What I want to see is this accumulation on the 1 minute break towards the downside. You know, break below 33.52 area there. Yeah, it's coming down to break it. Is it going to break it? When it breaks, it should break with volume. Don't feel good about the trade. You know, you can always get out of break even. It's up to you. But now we're getting a nice little pullback over here from these rejections. Really nice 2 rejections over there. I want to see break these lows. I want to see at least get through that level. Getting really close over here. See, the 5 minute just closed bullish. Which, it's not entirely a bad thing. It could even be a good thing because if we start moving down now, I could really reduce my risk by a lot. But you see, that's why I really want to see get through this level here. There's going to be like a really important area that price needs to break. Get really close to it. Good wicks. You can see it's kind of stuck in this area, right? So notice how it's creating like a lot of wicks. It's creating a lot of wicks and it's also in between the SMAs. SMA on the 5 minute here. So usually when the mouth is like this, you can also expect some kind of consolidation. So I want to see at least break with PA if we break these lows. And also we're going to be getting through at least that 50 SMA here on the 5-minute. Candlestick will be closing below it. Like that. And then that should be the distribution now we should be seeing to the downside. Got about 3 minutes for candlestick here to close. The 30 and 1 hour SMA holding it. Yeah. Let's see. 30-minute and hourly. Remember, PA is king at the end of the day. Come on, Goldie, dump it. I want this candle here to at least close bearish. Gold is cooking. About 50 seconds for the 5-minute closure. Anything can happen, you know. As long as the candlestick is still open, anything can happen. You've seen candles push down like 30 pips in literally just a couple of seconds. You know, anything can happen here. Even if it looks bearish now, it could still reflip in the next 20 seconds. But it looks pretty good so far. So you got 10 seconds. How is it going to close? See, exactly what I mean, man. Like 20 seconds could be bearish and then still reflip towards the last few seconds of it closing. It's like trying to really resist going down right now. It's kind of funny. Because it just needs to break. It just needs to break below 33.52 over there. And we should be seeing some more sellers coming in. They break those lows. What else? Oh yeah, this candlestick just opened, but it doesn't have a top wick yet. It's because the SMA is still kind of like pushing it down here. So it couldn't create that top wick on the open. Yeah, the breakout's going to be insane seeing how price is crushed between those SMAs. Yes. That hourly, you know, if you look at the hourly is still fresh as well. The hourly candlestick has, it hasn't yet had a move. You know, there's still about 33 minutes of this hourly candlestick here before it closes. So it's still open. Has not yet had a move. We haven't got either sellers or buyers make any money here on this hourly. No. Yeah, I think this is almost like, let me see. Since it's consolidating here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to reduce my risk. Let me see. Right now it's 76.9. Yeah, I'm going to reduce my risk more than, this is more than 50% over here. Only due to the fact that it's consolidating too much. It's consolidating over there. And if it starts to break that consolidation, might see a bigger retracement to the upside. Because the hourly will be reflipping. Hourly will be reflipping and breaking its own highs in confluence with an accumulation breakout. So the best case scenario is the candle starts to close bearish now. But this is like a preemptive risk management because we're hovering here too long. You know, as I said, your best trades are never going to give you a hard time. So I'm gonna, let me see how this candlestick here closes. Got 1 minute, 20 seconds. Your best trades, man, they never give you a hard time. So I think, you know, that's pretty good. It's more than 50%. I'm going to reduce my risk. You see how it's like fighting it? Every time the candle is about to close, every time it's about to close, it's trying to fight it to push opposite way. That's what I don't like about it. So we're gonna give it some breathing room here. Gonna give it some breathing room, but being very, very cautious. And just see something. All right, nice. So we did get the bearish closure. Awesome. Yeah, that's how I'm going to manage this trade. Another position break of the lows? No. I think just mainly because of how long it's taking to break the lows. I'm giving a little bit of room in between this level here because it could still be a potential liquidity grab here off that 1 minute consolidation play if it spikes above that area. It's gonna spike. It could spike like this and then really rip down. Yeah, I really fought. It's really fighting the urge. It really fought the urge to push down there. That's the initial break that's happening on the 1 minute right now. See, break. All right, I'm out. I'm out. It took way too long. This thing is just struggling way too much. So reduce the risk by quite a lot over there. Yeah, Goldie did not want to move down. So I think that's the best we can do here. Manage risk. Oh, this was a swing. So 404. Yeah, pretty good. 0.40%. Not bad. Not bad. I'm not holding this anymore. I'm not going to fight with the market, man. I'm not going to fight with the market in this range. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to wait and see if maybe the daily can trend up. And if we don't start trending up during the pre-New York time, most likely just going to remain in this range again. Much like yesterday. If you see yesterday, as we approached the New York time over here, price just chopped around this area. So that just basically means we're not going to be heading anywhere like really important. Yeah, until we at least start breaking that 4-hour... this 4-hour resistance over here. Then you got pretty nice clean range. Then maybe price can do something. Worth it? This another fake out? Yeah, maybe you could consider it that way as well, because you know price broke above here once. You got the V-shaped reversal and it's breaking down here again. And you know, chat, this is the exact reason that I've been waiting for price to trend. Like if you've been noticing, most of the trades I've been taking on stream during this London time, the market is somewhat trending. And this is the same exact reason why I've been waiting for those trending times. You know, because that's what you tend to get a lot of during London if the market's not trending. A lot of like these type of V-shaped reversals, you know, it's going to probably even re-break these highs and then come back down. And yeah, at that point, it's just like a mess. But pretty nice management though. Bro, gold is going to rip up today. Oh yeah, we gotta wait. You gotta wait. If it's gonna rip up, it's gonna rip up. But you know, I trade. You gotta get into a habit of trading what you see and not what you feel. Because yeah, I mean, if you look at the 4-hour, 4-hour looks good to rip up, but it's not ripping up yet. See, this is that distribution that I was telling you about, like here on the 1 minute. So you got to be very cautious about these patterns which form against you. You see, it's been accumulating orders here. That's why I said it's really important that we break these lows. But we could not break those lows. Look at how close we came to breaking those lows. Because once we break those lows, that's when more sellers are going to be coming in. So you see, like price came really close to breaking the lows, but it just rejected it. It rejected it. Instead, it's breaking the highs. And now it should be in a kind of distribution. If you see the extension right over here. Yeah, so that's kind of like a warning, you know, that's kind of a warning the market gives you. So yeah, GG guys, good trade. Just no volume for us to move down. Now we've created a new resistance up over here, and we have a support. So now this becomes the kind of like area that you would be looking at. You know, like how can you take a trade here now? Is gonna be the question. Today's the 13th of August, says it all. Man, this one we should be getting that mid of the week volume, but let's see. Break and retest on the 30. Been shouting, dump it. My wife doesn't know what's going on. Dump it. This has been a very nice dump, man. It would have been a very nice dump. Just needed this candle to go the other direction. Like this. Because what's playing out now, it's more of like an accumulation breakout from this zone. So usually accumulation breakouts, they don't necessarily need the clean ranges, you know, to move. But it's always a plus if you can get the clean ranges in there too. But if we got it on the other side, man, there's so much room over there for a higher time frame dump. See if gold tries its hand at another trending, potential trending move. But you know, for the daily to trend, we need to get above 3360 at 3360 level. Let's see how 61 reacts now. I was buying the dip. Yeah, you gotta send some charts in here, you know. You gotta send some charts, and then we can see why the trade you took, why you took the trade. Bruno from Portugal. Oh, hey, welcome to the Discord. They're expecting a retest to the 60. It's kind of like a little mirror move over here. Mirrored what happened up here. Little consolidation break to the downside. And then consolidation break to the upside. Yeah, so how much am I down here today? I'm down here. It's about just under 2%. Just under 2%. Took 2 sells this morning. So took 2 sells, not playing out here. Both of these trades not playing out today. First sell was during pre-session, and then now we just tried another sell. So I missed the entry, so I wanted to see if it will pull back for me to get in. That's when it spiked up. Yeah, I hope these images can load. For some reason, they're not loading here on my end. Wait, let me try refresh something. Say it's pretty good management. That's why I always say, like, watch out for these situations like this. If your trade gives you a hard time, it's probably setting up to do the opposite. So you want to be careful about these moves. What I want to really see now is what are we going to do back up here again by that 3360 level? The current M15 is straight bulls. Oh yeah, the current 15-minute candlestick just ripped up about, what's it, 65 pips? Could have been a little Fibonacci retracement here off the 30 from this low. Not the cleanest though. It did create a new higher high, but it's still within these areas. See, you got still some more speed bumps over here. We look at the hourly. Yeah, but you see, that was the reason I gave this trade here a shot, because I knew there's a pretty good probability for a very nice risk management on it. Very nice risk management on that. See, GJ is still playing around with 200 level. Nothing too interesting on GJ though. Maybe you got a small little range below here. That's about, you know, like 17 pips. Breaks below that area. But the main thing is gold. You know, we're all looking at what is gold going to do today. Let's go here in our... Let's see. We got some flash news that came out. This was 2 hours ago. Oh, can't load it. Why is it not loading? COMEX gold future is likely to rebound. Although the commodity had a lower low close on Tuesday, which showed sentiment remains negative, it also posted a bullish candlestick pattern, the analyst says in research note. Okay. Nothing too important there. Gold steady on Fed rate outlook. Gold prices hovered around 33.50 an ounce on Wednesday as investors weighed the Federal Reserve's rate outlook following the latest CPI data. See, the data eased concerns over tariff-driven inflation, reinforcing expectations for a 25 basis point Fed rate cut in September and boosting the appeal of non-yielding bullion. Attention now turns to upcoming releases including PPI, weekly jobless claims, and retail sales. Meanwhile, traders await clarity on the tariff status of gold imports after conflicting signals. Let's see, elsewhere, the US extended its China tariff truce by 90 days, easing tensions while investors look ahead. Okay, ahead to the US-Russia talks aimed at ending the Ukraine war. Yeah, 25 basis point cut is pretty good. It's like on the lower end, you know, it could be 50, but we got 25. Oh, there comes the trend. Finally, now the daily is trending. Here comes the trend. Starting to push above here finally. This is what we've been waiting for this whole time. Why did price come all the way down here first? So annoying. Coming all the way down here first. And then to have the move break above 33.60. Crazy. Should have waited. Yeah, this is the time where I blame the chat now. Now I'm gonna blame the chat. You guys make me feel like taking trades. So that's why I took that trade. It's your fault. If I was trading alone, I would not have taken that trade. I would have gone to bed, you know, take a small nap, and then come back later. 67 important. Yeah, you guys pressured me, man. This is pure pressure. It's not fair. Yeah, that's all right, chat. That's all right. We can't play the victim. You know, we cannot play the victim. But let's see how this now daily starts to open up for us. Man, this is exactly what I wish would have happened like much sooner during the London Open. You know, all we had to do was just keep doing this, just to keep the same energy there. Should we taking a breakout from this point? No, I would have waited for a bit more structure. Probably. Or even just a break here. Let's see. I've taken 2 hours today. Nearly revenged into the buy, but didn't. I'm going to do a random number generator to see how many push-ups I need to do. Oh, nice. That's a good way to discipline and reward yourself. You know, now I should also do some push-ups. I should do some push-ups for not waiting. But at the same time, you know, you only take the trades which make the best decision to you in the moment, correct? So as you're coming into a sell like this, it looked really good for that sell-off. You know, we had like rejection wicks over here. We've just been consolidating since the New York close on Monday. So, you know, at the moment, it seemed pretty good. London session couldn't push up. And then for every moment, you can only make the best decision for every moment in the market. And then there's a moment where we reduce our risk. So they say reduce our risk here. So instead of losing 1%, lose by 0.40%. And then you see price moved up like this. So that's all it is, man. That's all it is. Just make the best decisions that you can during those moments and just keep doing that. See how the hourly is? Oh, we're about to get a new hourly open in the next 10 minutes as well. Do as many push-ups as, instead of using a pip generator, a number generator, just do as many push-ups as pips you've lost. Hey Tommy, thank you for the sub. Yeah, hopefully we can start breaking out though. So at least I can start getting some open spaces on my progress over here. I've not yet hit an open space for August. You know, like every month I have these options where I can have a little bit more of an open spaces, or like some win streaks. I've not yet had that in August. I just want to see what would have happened anyway. Let's say I was patient and I waited for my trade setup. I want to see what would have happened. Because like for the pre-London session, when I took my first trade this morning, which was a sell, where is it? I think price faked out and then it sold off. Same thing it did like the day before at that same time. We got price fake out first and then it continued in my direction. But I was looking at the buys. I was thinking to myself, okay, what if I took the buys instead? Would that have played out? And I say like the buys would not have played out either way. So then that kind of made me feel better. So, you know, like what's going to make me feel better here is if I see the trade that I take also fail. Then I'll say, okay, you know, there's nothing I could have done really today. See how long we've been streaming for? A couple hours. Still got an hour. This next hourly candle here should have should still have some potential in it. Yeah, this man. Nonsense. Come on, Goldie. It's right about having a trending day, but we need to respect this zone here by 33.61. Then we're gonna see us break out of this gulag. You can see it on the volume delta candle. But nice to have you guys here. I always have the most views when I have the sketchiest trades. But you know, it's something that I used to feel as well, man. Like every time when I was learning to trade in 2020 and I used to follow these live streamers, every time I would decide to take the trade, I would always take their losing trades. You know, and it's a similar thing here on this channel. Like every time we have like a sketchy trade, that's when you have more viewers. Kind of weird. It's like you know, when you have all these trades just play out and you keep missing them, and then the one that you take fails. Such a weird psychological thing. Add Lux algo? No, we don't use no indicators here.
We don't do that here.
No indicators besides just the SMAs. Because you know the problem with the volume indicator is you can see the volume in the candlesticks. You don't need a third-party tool to show you volume. Because if the candle is not moving, it's not moving. It's not going to go anywhere. You know, like in a situation like this, you know, it for me, it doesn't help. All that helps is structure. Like if we break the highs, that's a distribution. You see, that's a distribution from that 1 minute area that we were talking about. So you want to manage your risk before you get a whip. So you see the story is already in the candle. So you don't need an indicator to show you that there's a volume building up here to have a potential distribution, right? But you know, if it works for you, it works for you. You can use it like as a kind of a confluence. But for that volume thing specifically, I don't like to use any indicators. Because, you know, those things, like, they don't work, those volume deltas or point of controls. Like, sometimes they work, but you're going to put too much emphasis on them. What I use for volume instead is like my SMA. So if I get like an SMA crossover like this, for example, that's just an indication to me that we could be getting volume. Or we get like a tap like this off the SMA, like a kiss of death is what we call it. Then that's also a good indication that there could be volume coming in. But you know, we also don't need them on the chart. We're just focusing on price action. But it's kind of nice to have a bit more dynamic sort of support resistance levels. Because sometimes price reacts off of these SMAs and you can't see those reactions without the help of that indicator. You know, like sometimes we even use them to trail. During our simulations on our webinars, we use them to trail positions. So you see how you can trail with the 8 SMA until it closes. And then once it closes, you can expect more of a retracement downwards. One hour rejection with wick. EYES. Yes. It's a shame. We were about to get a trend. Now we're back down here. We're back in the gulag. You have a natural affiliation to losers that's unlike you. You guys seen that Cat Williams clip? I think it's this one.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers does not like you.
I'm not sure. This is how I feel about the people who come to stream and they'll always wait for a losing trade to say, oh man, every time I take a trade, it's a losing trade. But the winning trades, they never take the winning trades, only the losing trades. This is how I feel.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers does not like you.
I took a sell. Goldie really want to play with people. Yeah, but now we're starting to get like some kind of hopeful direction soon. We just need to really get out of this zone, chat. Like this is the area which most people are gonna struggle the most, is getting some trades within this area over here. We just need to get through it. Feeling this way for today? Yeah, once we get through it, we should be good. We got like a little inverted here as well. Left shoulder's head, right shoulder. Inverted so price can stop moving up again. Maybe break above 33.64. And then that would be really nice. Smooth sailing by that point. It's also a pretty massive accumulation. You know, so we'd be expecting at least a very nice breakout to be coming out of this zone. Okay, so we're back at trending at 0.40. Let me see on the 1 minute. Nothing interesting on the 1 minute. Do I control the time, the push notification for you going live from Discord? No, I don't. Why? I should send, yeah, I should have sent one here. This was at 2:50. Okay, so perfect. This was when we just got on. As I keep getting the Discord one about this time now every day. This should have come out on time. Yeah, it should always be like around 2:50. Or, you know, just as we're about to have the London session open. We normally come on just about 10 minutes before the London session opens. YT1 is on time. Oh, so you're getting this one a bit late. Weird. Because I see the timestamp here. It should be the same timestamp everybody gets. Hey, Jabon. Welcome. It's time to start the procedure, Vic. Ah, nice. Yeah, let's go and ask Zoli here. Then let's go and ask Zoli. Is gold going? We should go to the house where they filmed The Conjuring and then do this in the basement. Is gold going to move up? Oh, what should we ask the chat? Is gold going to move up during the... I want to give it like something specific. Let's see. Let's ask, how long is gold going to be stuck in this HDF consolidation for? It should know what HDF is. When we're stuck in this HDF consolidation for. Cleansing the deck, shuffling the deck. Loading, loading, loading. All right, let's see. What do we get over here? Thus, the four of currencies suggests a prolonged period of stability. Expect gold to remain in this state of limbo for some time, but the bonds and generosity of the market forces could eventually break the cycle. Now, I think that's spot on. You know, just gonna expect gold to remain in this state of limbo for some time. I think that makes sense. Chat, I'm not breaking that rule again. Screw it. I'm not breaking that rule. Like, honestly, every time I break the no trending rule, I always take the stupid losses. You know, this is very annoying loss over here. I'm not gonna break it, chat. If London doesn't trend even for like 3 days, I'm just not gonna take a trade then. Whatever. But it did look so juicy, especially because yesterday we had all of those trades play out without a trend. But yeah, man, London session, man, very, very cautious here. Very cautious with this London session. Now also the pre-London session is starting to get interesting. YT is on time. Oh, let's see. 5 minutes ago. Yeah, sometimes I also get this. Sometimes, like in the middle of the day, I also get those notifications. It's a bit strange, actually. Because it only pushes it through the Discord channel once. What's gold doing now? Just came back from lunch. Oh, we're just coming back into the gulag. You're not missing much. We thought we thought price was gonna continue trending here, but just create a new higher high, and it's kind of like in a fake out condition where it's the first fake out was the London Open right here. It got a V shaped, and then the second one was up here, and now it kind of looks like it wants to do the third one right here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. For price to come back into the range. So I think the best thing to see during this time is for price to respect this level to continue moving bullish. Basically like what you saw happen down over here would be the same thing you'd want to see happen over here above these highs. Correct? So you can have the next distribution towards the upside. So price can create like a support like this, so it can support the idea that price can continue to move up. Munzer, thank you for the sub, man. Oh, take a screenshot and ask if it's going up or down. You can't send screenshots in there. But you can send screenshots on ChatGPT, and it will actually give you some kind of analysis. Man, this is crazy. Look at these speed bumps here. But so far, in terms of gains, I'm still on track for what I expect like on a weekly basis over here. Still on track. Yeah, anyway, let's go back here. It's pretty nice distribution though, huh guys? Like this break of these highs. Very nice distribution. It's very clean cut. Very clean cut move. So this is what I've been trying to do of late. Is like if I get a very clean move, then I just kind of try and hold it a bit longer. Nice little SMA confluence. $53, it looked really good to break and melt. Don't worry about it. We all saw it. Nice. Doctor got away with it though today. He got away with it. He took the sell right over here. So he got his position already. See, his entries got tested one last time. Actually, I'm not sure. Let me see on the 1 minute time frame. How did it retest? So it pushed down, hit this low, and then came back up, retested. Okay, yeah, but it was still a very, very nice move. You know, it was just by that 65% level, just kind of got a small reaction off of it. Back into the entries and then continuation. Which is, you know, it's quite typical for the market to do this anyway. So that's why I was even looking at that and thinking, man, this could really just melt. Because sometimes I take these positions where I expect them to really run, and they usually look exactly like this. You know, you have like a support, you have a range from here to here, then candlestick starts to break the next support, and then candles continue to move down. So I was like, wow, okay, you know, previous sellers here, they got taken out. So market was already gearing up for a bigger move. Because, you know, sometimes the market can be selfish like that. It's going to take you out of your trade before having a bigger move. So that can also sometimes be used as a confluence. And Vic, and you wouldn't believe me when you say I also got away with the sell trade. Oh, really? How did you do that? Yeah, now. I mean, if you've just been executing since yesterday. Since yesterday, if you've just been taking those swing entries, man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Like the way they've just been playing out. But anyway, you know, you can't cry over spilt milk. You can't cry over spilt milk. That's not what I'm looking for, so that's not what I'm executing on. But there's another potential one right here. You know, you got about like 48 pips below 33.58. 33.58. Let's see, what is GJ doing? Still retracing. Nothing too interesting on GJ. Gold looks like it could come down again. That could be a fake out of the highs. One more. Fake out of the highs here. But I wouldn't be too quick to sell gold anymore because although they're giving these sell setups, it's still bullish on the daily. We're still up 0.35%. So it is trying to move up overall. And we got about 50 minutes until the pre-New York session. Trade NY later. You know, like if I'm looking at my ammo for the day, I'm already done with my ammo here for the day. So I think, you know what usually happens? When you take a loss and you take another trade, there's a high probability it's a loss. And if I take another trade, you know, there's still a probability that could become a losing day. Just the same way as, you know, when you have winning days, if you take a win, the next trade could be a win. There's a higher probability it's going to be a win. Usually when losses are happening, they're also happening for a reason, especially if they happen like back to back. There's a reason that market is doing this. So, you know, you just got to look at the chart for yourself and decide for yourself whether that's a fight that you want to keep fighting, you know. Just sent it, see it on Trace Taken. right at the top there. Man, what an entry and exit. Sometimes this one, which is not taken, will give you a good move. You know, I found this interesting. There's a 2019 study that found 70% of losing trades happen within 90 seconds of a dopamine rush. But waiting just 3 minutes boosts win rates by 23%. You know, because this is something that I usually also say sometimes, is like, if you just wait a little bit longer before taking the move, you know, you can avoid a lot of the bad moves. And then you can still get into the move if you get your confirmation. Correct? So like most of the time people will find themselves in a scenario like this, where, for example, you see how candlestick broke over here. But I bet you just wait for that candlestick to close. You know, if that candlestick first closed, and then you just wait and say, okay, so let me just wait and really see if market's going to prove to me that it wants to move down. You know, and then you can avoid most of those trades and actually increase your hit rate by a little bit more. If you find out that most of the time you're getting caught in these like fake out situations, that's definitely a nice trick that you can use. Because remember, I kept saying like, chat, we need to break this level. We need to break this level. Look at how many times we came so close to it, but we couldn't break it. Oh, I can't read Russian. No, spasiba dla tvoyo subscription. Yeah, now it's flirting with the idea to correct some of this. Is that sideways on the daily inbound? Tarek, hope you're having a good day so far. Yeah, pretty decent day. Not emotional. I can tell you that much. It's not an emotional day. Because, you know, like when you take, if I take the third trade and it's a third trade's a losing day and you ask me that, then I'm not having a good day, most likely. Because, you know, the third trade's always super emotional. The first two trades, it's, you know, like whatever. I think most of the time we just have to focus on protecting our psychology more than anything else when it comes to the markets. Because the worst part is usually also happens a lot is when people do their funding challenges and they take those first initial losses, that kind of discourages them from even continuing with good habits. That's when bad habits more likely to come in. So you're always thinking about your psychology, you know. You can't be 100% all the time, but you want to at least try and make the best decisions that you can every month. Like within a month, for example, for me, maybe I give myself around 3 to 4. I try to keep it like maybe 3 to 4 on the higher end. Bad habits, you know, because you can't be 100%. Like, it's quite difficult to be 100%. In a month, I'm always gonna make like maybe 3 or 4 mistakes. That's what I usually gear for. Like maybe around even 90% psychology. You know, so it happens. So this month, the only one I can recall is maybe this swing entry here. And oh yeah, there was another one that we took. Okay, those two, there was one buy that I took. It was kind of like a gamble buy. But it was such a bad buy because my actual setup came right after that. So if you just waited a bit longer, you could have gotten the move and made money. But you know, that was a bad habit. So far this month, I've done like about two that I can remember here. But I think it's just about 2. These are all probably just normal losses because price action's been kind of consolidating. Yeah, so just about 2. So I would have maybe two more chances at bad habits. But you want to keep as low bad habit as possible. You know, I think this only works if you have some data of your progress. Like if you're actually journaling, you're being critical about the trades that you take. Because most of the time what happens is whenever we take a loss, we just forget about the loss and we just, you know, we kind of like, yeah, we just forget about it. But you need to be more critical about the trades that you take. August market is wild for you. It's mostly wild because gold is gearing up to do something, but it's doing it in a very, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely not. It's definitely a different market environment for sure. But I can't complain, you know. Like the August London sessions have been somewhat decent. I would say kind of better than July, in a sense. I haven't had too much problem with the London sessions of late. Pre-Londons have been getting a bit choppy for me. I think it's like 50-50 actually. Yeah, it's probably 50-50. The pre-New Yorks are good though. The pre-NYs are a little bit better. If I had to say so far in August, which session is doing better, I would say like maybe pre-NYs. They've been a little bit more... they've been a little bit more directional in a sense. Where will I get funded account, bro? You're gonna go on Google and then you're gonna search for funded account. What do you mean? I heard Powell has 100% win rate, but that's just what I heard. He could if he wanted to. I mean, he already knows what he's gonna say, so he can already move the market. Look at this. We're coming up here 0.40%. Coming up here 0.40%. Any breakouts? We have a new 4-hour since 30 minutes. Oh, nice. In 39 minutes, yeah, we're gonna get a new 4-hour candle open over there. Wait for Trump today and Friday. More daily confluence, then better probabilities. I think we go again and see 65. There might be a potential break here soon. And I think the currency strength meter should still be bearish. Yeah, the dollar here looks so pretty weak. Well, markets look pretty calm for the most part. Right now, you could just tell by looking at the way these things are flashing over here, how the colors are flashing. You can kind of tell the kind of volatility in the market just by looking at that. It seems pretty calm. Really wanted to consider a buy here, you know, man. Put a stop loss below this level. And then just take half risk. Like, just take the other half of the risk that that I saved from the previous trade. And then just put it on here. It's really tempting. Should create a HH hopefully. Okay, it's still pushing up. As I got to sell on German 40, got my daily goal now. I have 0.64% to play with. So remember we were saying like similar thing I was looking for down here, which happened. It was kind of forming over here as well. So kind of hoping that would be the distribution from this area. Didn't fully form yet though. Price is now up 0.44%. 4-hour level is getting broken. We got 33 minutes for the 4-hour candlestick here to close. So pushed up like 147 pips. If you squint your left eye, that looks like an inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour. There was one we've been talking about here as well. Because you can't really see it so much on the 4-hour. You can see it. Oh, I see what you're doing here. Raiden. So you can see it like on the 1-hour better. So if you go on the 1-hour, you can see that's the left shoulder here. Head, that's right shoulder. It's in a distribution phase right now. Yeah, I think we're gonna head out, guys. I'm gonna head out here and see you guys tomorrow. We'll see if we take another position during the pre-New York time, because it does seem like it's opening up a bit more. But up 0.46%, kind of what I wanted to be seeing anyway. But I already gave my shot here, so kind of like a waste of a bullet. But you know, we had our probabilities and we managed our risk, and I still think that was pretty good. That we managed to cut down risk by more than 50%. So yeah, so maybe we're gonna take another trade later, but I'm just gonna call it a day here. Adios. Take care, everybody.
Pull up in the